This video is going to be all about demographic targeting with YouTube ads. I'll be talking about the different options available, including detailed demographics, which you won't actually find in the demographics section. I'll be talking about which demographic targeting options are reliable and when Google is sometimes just guessing. And I'll be talking about some best practices for how you can use demographic targeting to get better results with your YouTube ads. My name is Kyle Sullerud. I'm the founder of VidHorder, a fast and powerful tool to help you target your very best prospects with YouTube ads. Click the link in the description to see a demo and to sign up. Demographic targeting helps you narrow in on your target customer when using YouTube ads. You can basically target or exclude people based on whatever demographics they fall into. The main categories are age, gender, parental status, and household income. Age and gender are pretty accurate because we actually give Google this information when we create a Google account. So if we're logged into any Google property, Gmail, YouTube, anything, Google knows who we are. They know how old we are. They know what our gender is. This can get muddy if people are sharing a computer. Like if my wife is online, but I'm logged into my Google account, Google is going to think that it's me. They don't look through the camera to see who's actually using the computer. Or do they? No, they don't. But seriously, age and gender are pretty reliable forms of targeting with YouTube ads. Parental status is when Google's system starts to get into some more guesswork. I'm not telling Google that I'm a parent, but of course, Google is everywhere. They have code all across the internet. They know what I'm watching on YouTube. They know what I'm searching for on Google. They know what websites I'm visiting. So they can usually infer pretty accurately whether someone is a parent or not. So if you have a product that only would be targeting parents or only would be targeting non-parents, then you can consider using the parental status demographic option. And the fourth main demographic category is household income. Now, when Google first came out with the household income option, it was actually inside of the location targeting section. So it was generally believed that the household income data they used actually had to do basically with where you lived. Were you in a high income zip code? Were you in a low income zip code? That has since moved out of the location targeting section, and now it's in the demographics section. And I believe it's actually a lot more comprehensive than that. Google isn't simply looking at where someone lives anymore. They're actually taking cues from all over the internet. They're looking at your behavior and figuring out which income bracket you would fall into. Now, this definitely isn't 100%. And there are instances where I would expect to see a correlation based on income bracket, and it's not happening. But sometimes the income targeting segments can work well, so definitely pay attention to them, especially if you have a product or service that would appeal only to high income people or only to low income people. You can consider targeting or excluding based on those income brackets. In addition to demographics, which has its own targeting section within Google Ads, you can also target detailed demographics. The detailed demographics are actually found inside the audiences section because, of course, Google wanted to make this very easy for everyone to understand and use. In the detailed demographics, we have a few more options. Again, we have parental status, but here, instead of just parent or not parent, it allows us to get a little more specific. Are the people we're targeting parents of infants, toddlers, preschoolers, etc.? Another option is marital status, single, married, or in a relationship. The third option here is education. Is someone a current college student? Are they a high school graduate, a college graduate, or do they have an advanced college degree? And as of the time of this recording, the fourth and final option is homeownership status. Are they a homeowner or a renter? Now, this is definitely an area where I can see Google continuing to expand and giving us more options. So if you're watching this video in the future, you might have more options available to you in the detailed demographics section. So let's talk about how we use this information. In the main demographics section, where we have age, gender, parental status, and household income, you're basically just going to leave the demographic on, or you're going to turn it off and exclude it. So if you have a product or service and your only customers are men, you can exclude women, and you can exclude demographics at the campaign level, or you could just exclude them from specific ad groups. Now, there is a wild card here, which is the unknown category. If Google's system doesn't really know if someone's a man or a woman or whatever demographic we're looking at, those people will get thrown into the unknown category. Now, you can choose whether to continue targeting unknown or whether to exclude unknown. Obviously, if we're only targeting men, half of the people in unknown are going to be men, the other half are going to be women. So it might be a good idea to exclude unknown from the beginning, but later on, once your campaign has built up some more activity, it would probably be worth adding unknown back in just to see how it performs. By then, Google might have a pretty good idea of who your target customer is, and even if people are in the unknown category, it's mostly just going to be men that are seeing your ad anyway. So again, in the main demographics section, you're either going to leave the demographics turned on, or you're going to exclude them. In the detailed demographics, which again is in the audiences section, it works a little bit differently. You can actually target a specific detailed demographic. So for example, if I only want to show my ad to parents of infants, I could set up that targeting in the detailed demographics. I would add that audience to the campaign, and then my ads would only be showing to parents of infants. And you can also exclude the detailed demographic audiences. So if I don't want to show my ad to people who are single, then I could exclude that audience from the campaign. I've talked in other videos about how targeting stacks with YouTube ads. So for example, if I'm targeting parents of infants and I'm also targeting keywords, someone would have to meet both of those targeting requirements in order to see my ad. On the other hand, if I'm adding multiple audiences, so if I'm adding parents of infants and I'm adding people who are single, those would not stack. My ad could potentially show to either or. They wouldn't have to meet both those requirements. If I want someone to meet both those requirements, if I want to stack these audiences, then I would need to make a custom combination where I can then say, I want to show my ad to people who are parents of infants and also people who are single, and then those audiences would stack. And that is the custom combination option, which you'll find within the audiences targeting section. A piece of advice that I want to leave you with is when you're first starting a campaign, start as focused as you can. So maybe your target demographic is people ages 25 to 54, but your main group there is the younger people, the 25 to 34-year-olds. In that case, I would start only targeting that age group. Try to start by getting the best results possible. You can always open things up and add more groups later. So start by targeting your ideal customer. Even if there are other customers, you can add those later. Start with your ideal target customer in mind. If you learned something in this video, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Tell me what your main takeaway was. To check out my VidHorder targeting software, click the link in the description. VidHorder is a tool that my team uses every day. It helps us get the best possible results for our clients. If you are running YouTube ads, you need to check out VidHorder. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to get more videos like this from me. I'll see you in the next video.